I slide on. Hi guys, Deborah from House Life Eclectic here. I'm here with my best friend Lorraine. Today we are going to step this way.
There we go.
This way.
Yes.
Here, I'll stand here.
I'll stand behind this.
Today we are going to be sharing one of the most popular posts on my site, which is this Teach Me the Stories of Jesus. It's a 25-day Christ-centered Christmas Advent, and it's actually really easy. It's one of those things, I hate committing to things this time of year.
Oh no, another thing.
Like the dang elf, I've been telling her that I'm over my elf,
Yeah. But we don't have an elf. We do not have an elf. It's okay, guys.
So we're gonna walk you through all of it. It's really easy, and there's all the information that you need for this on the site. If you look up in the description, there's a link to it. So this was kind of the brainchild. Why don't you tell a little bit of how it came to pass? Because this was all her. And I'm gonna do some shares, and I'll be right back.
Okay. So I started this. This will be the 4th year doing it with my kids. I started it when they were just tiny, and we were getting really caught up in like the Christmas gimmies, which just makes me so sad because we love Christmas and we love, you know, the real meaning for the Christmas and having a Christ-based Christmas. So my kids were 4 and 2, and I was like, 28 weeks pregnant at the time. So this is easy enough that even I managed to do it that first year. I mean, it's super adaptable. So what it is there's a little craft for each of the 25 days to go along with scripture about Christ's life. Going from his birth through the resurrection and the ascension, and it takes 5-10 minutes a night. If you have less time, you can do it in less. You could print a coloring page every night. We specifically made little ornaments, so it takes a little bit of prep time, maybe like an hour worth of prep, and then kind of fills
For like
in
the whole month,
or yeah, like an hour worth of prep for like the whole month, depending on what you want to do. And it can use, the first year we did it, I did it with everything that was just in my craft room already. So we used a lot of popsicle sticks and toilet paper tubes and felt and fabric scraps. If you were to go out and have to buy everything, it would maybe be $20, just depending on what you wanted to buy. It's really easy to just get as creative as you want to get and keep it as simple as you want to get. You could go all out. My kids are finally old enough that I feel like I could hand them supplies and they could do it, as opposed to like having to sit there and help them glue the things on. So I have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old and an almost 4-year-old now, plus a baby. He doesn't get to do the crafts this year, but that's okay. So yeah, Deborah's gonna get a couple of shares in. We're gonna show you a few different crafts. Do you want me to start talking more about it?
I am almost done.
She is almost done. Here she comes, the host of our show.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of walk you through the ornaments. We've just got a box here of the different ornaments that Lorraine's kids have made over the years.
They're all in there.
Over the years. She's gonna start working on some salt dough for, I keep walking to this side. She's gonna start working on some salt dough because we're gonna make the first ornament together. So, we've got kiddos here, I promise. We're not just crazy people who are making kid ornaments.
Hey, we could do that.
We could do it. Let me see if I can bring you guys down just a tiny bit. I wanted you high enough to see. So she's got this organizer here over on the door that has the supplies for each of the crafts to make it really easy. That's a new thing this year, I think. Yes?
So far, I love it.
So, okay, so I'm going to go through. This is up there, right?
Up where?
On my site?
On the site, yes.
Okay. So I was going to say, I just look at my site every day. So
it's on the site. This is like the 1-page printable of like the breakdown. If you want more, like she said to use these supplies, and I don't know what we're making. That's all on the site with some pictures and things.
And there's some patterns too, I think, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 pages of like
patterns.
templates.
Okay. Yeah. So there's templates and everything up there. So this is like the general guide that will have the date. So it just says December 1st, and it will tell you what the topic is for that date. Then the scripture that goes along with that, and then we use this art book. I saw it. Where did it go?
Oh, it's right there.
Oh. We use this gospel art book that has a bunch of different pictures in it. But if you look online, you can find most of these pictures as well.
Yeah,
so
all of them are online, and they're linked on your site.
Yeah, so it's linked to it. And then it also has a list, so it tells you what ornament you're making and then the supplies that you need. So it's just kind of a basic overview of each of the things. So I'm going to go ahead and just take you through and show you what each of these look like for the month. So the very first day, which is today, is December 1st, and it's the birth of the Savior. So you're going to do scripture, Luke 2:1-7, just kind of that basic scripture story. What I really love about this Advent is that it just doesn't, I mean, we focus so much on the birth of Jesus at Christmas, which, you know, is perfect and wonderful. But I love that this really is going to give your kids a basic knowledge of all of the stories of Jesus. So, when you hop on, let me know where you're hopping on from. We are in kind of the south, the Provo area of Utah today. We are at Lorene's house. So, and like I said before, this was kind of her brainchild that kind of all came together. Yeah. And
I have to give credit where credit is due, though, because there's you can purchase an Advent that's got really cool wooden ornaments.
Yes.
What's the whole name of it?
25 Days of
Is it
Christ.
called 25 Days of Christ? Okay, that's
so.
what I was thinking. So I found that first year. I was like, oh, this is perfect. But of course, it was like November 29th, and they were sold out, and I didn't have to. So that's where this kind of came from. So I think I used the exact same scriptures, kind of pulling from them. So if you want to look them up, they're great.
They're also, that's linked in the post. If you go to the, because I know that's linked in there because they found me through that. They're like, you drive a lot of traffic to our stuff. So
like, because they're totally great. But they're wood ornaments, and my kids at 2 and 4, I was like, I don't want to paint a wood ornament every night.
Yeah.
Plus they were sold out because I was, so that's where these really super easy crafts came from. They're not like beautiful, but they're fun, and they've really helped my kids get to know the stories. I've been surprised how much throughout the year, you know, we'll be reading this or talking about this, and they're like, oh, it's like the thing that we hung on the tree, like the fish, or, you know, my son's favorite is the bird, because he's into birds.
My favorite is, and I will tell you, there's a few in here that we've done a little bit different things, just because of what I like. The goal of this is to be easy, and, you know, so
use what you have on hand.
Yeah, so
be creative.
You know, they're So there's stars. So she's whipping up salt dough. We're gonna make the salt dough stars that can go on the tree. But there's also for the day one, there's also these stars. So these are just made easy with popsicle sticks. I'm gonna hang things on the tree as I go. So we'll fill this tree out a little bit. Oh! Or break ornaments as I go.
Are you breaking things?
No, I just need to retie the loop. The loop came untied. So this is for day one. This is today. This is what you will do today. And it's really, I mean, even if you decided to do this today, you've got the stuff to do this in your house. I mean, you can do salt dough, which is just flour and water, basically.
Yeah, the one I'm making is cornstarch and baking soda. We're going to try a different one this year.
She said that the one she made last year took a really long time to dry to hang on the tree, and she wants them to be a little faster. So we're trying a new recipe.
We're going to try it and see if it works.
Okay, so I'm hanging stars on the tree. And then tomorrow is December 2nd. So then this is, she's got these clipped on here. So like you can see this is the first day has the picture of the Savior's birth. And then it has popsicles and yarn and stuff in there so they can make that. Okay, so December 2nd is, the theme of that day is, the topic of that day is the announcement to the shepherds. So that is Luke 2:8-18. So it's going to give you that whole, you know, the shepherds. And then for the craft that day, you make shepherd's crooks. So we've just got these cute little shepherds.
It's always my kid's favorite.
My kids love it too.
I want to make like 10.
We made, so they're just little shepherd's crooks, pipe cleaners twisted together. One year when I did it with my girls, we added beads to the pipe cleaners, but like I said, you make it as easy or as complicated as you want. So
yeah, I think there's some beaded ones in there.
Are there? I'll have to keep looking.
I know we beaded them a couple of years, but they're my kids' favorites.
So yeah, they have beaded them before.
Yeah, they also get turned into hearts and all sorts of
stuff. My kids like to make it. They get all excited and make them like candy canes, and I'm like, that's not the point.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Symbol of the season.
Symbol, right? So I'm adding the candy canes. This is for December 2nd. You can put beads. You can just do pipe cleaners. Whatever works.
You could do clay if you have older kids.
Oh yeah, clay would work really, really well. Okay, so then December 3rd is the 3 wise men. So that's Matthew 2, 1-12.
This is when we've done a couple of different ways.
So are these your wise men?
Yes, those are our wise men from 1 year.
We always my little girl's favorite way to do the wise men is we take the toilet paper tube and we cut it with pinking shears so it's all pointed, and then we decorate the crowns like this.
That's what we did the first year, because I was like, what do we have? And I had these little stick-on jewels that I got at the dollar store. And then the next year they were like, we want more people, so we made these with little pipe cleaner crowns, and they just wrapped them in fabric. So, like I said, I mean, and these are actual like clothespin dolls. You can just use a popsicle stick. My kids are just as happy with that. I just happened to buy some, so we
just happen to have them on hand. That's always like everything for me is always like I happen to have that on hand.
Yeah, I randomly bought this. I think I even saw some of those at the dollar store the other day. So the dollar store is a great place to pick up supplies for things like this.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these 3 wise men on the tree.
Oh, there's the third crown.
So this is what my kids love to do, is because I usually will pull out like all the stops, all the jewels, all the beads, everything. So by the time the wise men crowns are done, they are like,
those are
they are blinging. So, okay, so we've got our wise men on the tree. So December 4th is Boy Jesus in the Temple. So this is the story of Jesus teaching in the temple when he is a little bit of a child. I'm going to, will that make that less? I'm trying to decide where the glare is coming from.
Yeah, sorry, that's my child pooping.
No, you're good.
Can go up or down. Self-facing windows are so fun this time.
Oh, that's not where the glare is coming from. I don't know where the glare is coming from. Sorry, guys.
Coming from over here? It might be from over here, but I took down my blind because I was sick of it.
Oh, you're good. I'm fine. We're good. Okay, so December 4th is Jesus teaching in the temple, and this is where in the section of the Advent is getting where I absolutely just love this, where it's going to teach all of the stories of Jesus. Sorry, I'm really just like sitting here playing with legs. I'm like, no, we'll pull them all the way back up.
Is it off the table? Do we need to put something less shiny on the table?
No, we're good. We're good. I was like, no, it wasn't that. So I pulled it back up and then I pulled it all the way and the sun was like,
yeah.
No, it is that. Okay, so December 4th, so that's Luke 2, 40 to 52. And then this is where you make mini scriptures. So let me find the mini scriptures in here. Where are my little Bibles? Come, little Bibles, come.
I think there should be a black one and a red one in there.
I see a red one. So here is just little Bible, and then your kids you can put pictures inside. Like this one has a little picture of Jesus in there, or you can just, I mean, whatever works for you. So
I had my kids this year. I thought would write a scripture in there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Their handwriting. The first year, I think we stuck pictures in. Just whatever you feel like doing.
Oh, I found another crown. Okay, so we're gonna stick these books in the tree. They're just resting in the tree when you move it, just so you know. I don't have hangers on them. Okay, so December 5th is the baptism of Jesus, and that's Matthew 3, 13 through 17. And so that one is a dove, which is one of my kids' favorite ones to make.
I prefer that one too.
Because you make it out of craft foam. And the pattern for this one is on the site. If you go up into the description, you can find this pattern. So it's 2 pieces of foam and some googly eyes. And they fit together just like this. See? Little dove. Oh, did I do that backwards? I'm like, it's not quite right.
That dove is not going to fly.
Okay, so let's pull the doves out of here. How did you hang the doves before?
We usually just tuck them in the branches.
Okay.
Our tree is small enough that it works to just tuck them in.
Okay.
You can always stick an ornament hanger on them. My kids like to play with the doves a lot. So
The doves are definitely a favorite at our house. There's the other dove. Oh, nope, that's not the other dove.
Olivia, hold the water in the sink right there.
That's okay. That was a good place for her to put the water. Okay, so I'm going to just put these little doves on the tree.
That was naughty.
No, it wasn't, honey.
It is.
It's okay. I'll take care of her. Thank you for letting me know. You can go finish watching your show.
Right now.
Okay, so here are our doves. I'm finding more Wiseman, Wiseman and Shepherd crooks here. Okay, and then December 6th is Fishers of Men. So this is when he goes and he finds the disciples. And that's Luke 5, 1 through 11, and Luke 6, 12 through 16. And the craft for this one is a fish, which is another one of my kids' favorites because I always, hi Lynette, when you hop on, let me know where you're hopping on from. We do them out of craft foam and we put sparkles on them and stuff like that. So here's a fish. My kids can you tell my kids love sparkles?
My kids do too, I'm just not that nice.
We put lots of sparkles. So there's another fish with, oh, that's a good idea with the confetti dots instead of sparkles if you don't have sparkles.
Yeah, we just use the little round labels from the dollar store.
Oh, that's brilliant.
My kids love stickers too, so that went out.
Stickers is great. This one's out of felt. Which that one turned out way cute. Put you right up here. Okay, so lots of different ways. I mean, make them out of felt, make them out of foam, make them out of whatever you have on hand. And then we've got, or just paper. So we are on the 7th. 7th is the Sermon on the Mount, which is Matthew 5, 1 through 16. And that is a candle. Let's see if we can find a
The
candle.
candle is on a clothespin. That's one of my favorites.
Candle is on a clothespin.
Also one of my kids' favorites, so hopefully there's one in there.
Oh yeah, look how cute that is. Look how cute that is. So that's just felt and a clothespin.
So then you can just clip it right on. It's my favorite. I want a tree full of candles.
Candles. Just clip it right onto the tree right there. Perfect. Okay, and then we have December 8th is Calming the Storm, which is Matthew 8, 23 through 27, and that is a boat.
A folded paper boat is what we have.
Folded paper boat. See, like she has to tell me because you can make so many different, so look, there's a little paper boat. So really easy. We'll just tuck him in the tree right here. And then December 9th is the loaves and the fishes, and that's Matthew 14, 14 through 21. And bread and fish, I'm going to say, are these felt ones right here.
Yes, they're kind of on like a string, I think.
So there's bread, there's felt bread and felt fish on this one.
So for that one, when my kids were little, I did all the cutting and they just strung them on almost like buttons. This year they'll be able to cut out their own.
Yeah. So there's our loaves and our fishes for the tree. And then December 10th is the story of Jesus walking on the water, which is Matthew 14, 22 through 33, and that is a footprint. My kids love this one because I always let them trace their own foot. Hi Lynette, I'm so glad you're having a good time. I would love to hear what you guys do to help. So this is kind of what we do. Both Lorene's family and my family do it. She's the disembodied voice making the salt dough over there. So this is kind of what we do to help keep Christ in Christmas, help our kids remember the reason for the season, that, you know, all of those, I don't want to say cliches, but like all of those, like,
all those things that we try to do.
yes, like what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
So my
Traditions.
kids love December 10th because I always let them take their shoes off and trace their own foot.
Mm-hmm. This year,
Right.
I think we're going to try it on shrink film.
Oh,
That's what I wanted to do,
fun.
and then I always forget about the shrink film, and
See, this is why we need to live next door to each other. I have shrink film. You could have just lived next door.
I could have. We were neighbors at
we
one
lived
point.
we lived next door to each other at one point, and then
We did it backwards.
We've
You're
all
supposed to be like
moved.
neighbors when you're old, right? Like your best friend. Yeah, we did that when we were younger.
newlyweds.
Yeah, it was fabulous.
It was a lot of fun. We were talking about that with someone the other day.
Yeah. One thing too about this
And
is
adding more candles to the tree.
because they're so cute. So during Christmas, it's always so busy, and I feel like in an effort to do all the things, we miss out on our family time. We don't have that kind of that downtime that we normally like. We sit and read because we're so busy. We have parties and
Right, so many things
recitals,
to
and
do.
there's just so much going on that you kind of almost lose the season because you're trying so hard to do everything in the season.
To like be the season.
Yeah. So this, I feel like, is 5 or 10 minutes a night that we can all sit around the table and make something together. My kids love making things. It creates memories for them, and it gives us that time. It's a reminder to like sit down and do it. And if we miss a day, we take the extra 5 minutes the next day, and
Yeah.
we can catch up. It's not one of those where you get so far behind you just have to give up. You can even just start where you are. You don't even have to catch up. That works too. So.
Yep, you know what? You don't even have to do the first day. You start on the second day or start on the third. Or
Just start where you are.
So then on December 11th is the story of the Good Samaritan, which is Luke 10:25 through 37, and that is a little bandaged man, which my kids always crack up over. So
My
it's
kids
just
are like sacrilegious about the band.
This is-
Like they try, like they want to be like the thugs who beat him up and the good Samaritan.
Thanks for
Like,
keeping up.
no, we're being kind
So-
here.
So these are just like the little bandaged men that are right here. Like always, like my kids end up like laying him on the counter and then just like rolling the man over the bandages.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, okay, not
Roll,
sure
man, roll.
where this falls on the sacrilegious scale, but okay. And then December 12th is the 10 lepers, which is Luke 17:11 through 19, and this is where you make the lepers out of a paper chain, which is always fun. My kids always need a little bit of help with this one.
Yeah, the folding gets a little bit tricky on that one, but there is a template on the
Yeah.
site.
So it makes it easy. I think this year my daughter will be 9. A week from today, she will be 9, and I think this year she might be able to cut it out by herself. So we'll see.
You could just have them, cut out just 10 of anything. One year, I think we just did like 10 circles, and one was a different color to symbolize the one that was
came back.
the one that was grateful, and kind of you have 10 and one is
This way
grateful.
just a little bit.
So if you can really adapt this to your kid's skill level really easy.
And like she said before, if you don't have a lot of time, you don't have these supplies, you can print out a coloring page for every day. It would be really fun to print out the coloring page every day and print it like wallet size, and then you could hang those on a tree.
Oh, that would be super cute. My kids would love that. Maybe we'll do that next year.
I know, maybe maybe we'll do that next time.
There's so many things to do.
So many different ideas for this. I'm adding some more lepers to the tree. So and then so those of you that are just joining us, I'll show you the So what day are we on? Are we on 13? I'm about to show you 13.
Yes.
So 13, she's got the little card clipped to the thing with the supplies for that day, and then the picture for that day is on the back.
Yeah. And I just figured this out last night. I was so excited that it actually worked. So all the pictures the links to download are on the site. And so if you download them all, then you can just highlight them and right click and tell it to print. And then, at least on my Windows machine, it gives me the option to print them all as wallet sized. And that printed them automatically this size. I didn't have to go through and do resizing. I didn't have to arrange
nice.
them on the page. It was so fast and easy and nice. So
nice.
there's a tip for you.
Okay, so December 13th is the lost sheep, which is Luke 15 3 through 12, and then you get to make little sheep. And I don't know if your kids
These ones are my favorite too.
love gluing
Pom-poms.
cotton balls. Look at the cute little sheep. He's so cute.
And this year, we're going to, he doesn't have any eyes. This year I want to try using clothespin legs so we can clip them on the branch.
Oh, that's a great
Instead
idea.
of just stuffing them in the tree. Not that they're not cute.
They're super cute.
Stuffed in the tree.
I love that. Okay, so December 14th is Take Up Thy Bed, which is Mark 2, 1 through 12, and that is a bedroll. What do your bedrolls look like?
We did pillows one year. Like this.
Pillow.
We did a little pillow one year. And this was one, obviously, I had to do most of this. I sewed around it. That's why the next year we switched to, I'm not sure if there's one in here. My kids liked them too much.
There's another pillow.
Yeah, so we have 2 pillows. The bedrolls that we made, we just took basically like a scrap of fleece and kind of rolled it up and tied it with string. I think they went into the dollhouse, actually, is where
That
they
wouldn't
ended up.
surprise me.
So just something to symbolize the story of the man who was healed.
Put pillows on the tree. And then December 15th, we're almost there, is the woman at the well, and that one is the bucket, which are these little buckets.
Little buckets.
Little buckets just made out of paper and pipe cleaners.
Yeah, you can also do a well. I actually just had a friend message me and say, hey, I was doing this thing, and then at the end it said, Merry Christmas from Maureen, and she was like, wait, I know her, which was really fun. So she made one. She used a toilet paper tube and then the short popsicle sticks, and just kind of
that's a
a
creative
little
idea.
more advanced. or you know, an older kid could do that, to do the well, and then she had like a bead for her little bucket to hang down.
Oh, cute!
So it turned out super cute.
I love cute people.
Yeah, I know. She did a great job.
Okay, so December 16th is the Widow's Mite, which you can make clay coins.
I don't think we had clay coins in there. I can't remember what we did that year.
So I've also done another Advent for Holy Week. We always do something special for Holy Week in our family of Easter. So we do the same thing. It's a lot of the same stuff, a lot of the same scriptures and crafts. But I think for the Widow's Mite, we actually made a little felt purse and then put
that would be a good one. Yeah.
coins in it.
I think one year we just colored. I just printed out pictures of coins. This year I have these plastic ones. We're going to try and do them in clay. Just kind of press them in clay and let them dry. See, these are just like play money from wherever we got the.
No, I was like, I would look up the. Let me look on the computer really fast.
So yeah, you could do a coin purse. You could. I think one year we used. Oh, that's what we did one year. We taped together just little paper envelopes, and I had them stick a penny inside. That's what the penny was in the box for, just to symbolize, you know, paying offerings. So there's that one. I'll hang that one on the tree. We did an envelope with money in it one year.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we did. Okay, so December 17th is Mary and Martha, and we, which is Luke 10, 38 through 42, and we color ears to here.
Oh, they are in there. Oh, good.
So there's ears.
That's also my kids' favorite because they like to hang them on their ears.
Yeah, mine do too. They like to walk around with big ears.
So that one you could also do 2 dolls again to symbolize Mary and Martha.
Oh yeah, that would be really cute to do Mary and Martha. So December 18th is the triumphal entry and cleansing the temple. So that is Matthew 21, 1 through 13. And they always do a palm tree, which I love. We did, last year for Easter, we did the fronds, the palm fronds. So we cut like a leaf and then we fringed it. So it's like, and my kids were like walking around with them like fans.
Yeah. We also, this was cute, we also did little donkeys one year. Symbolize the donkey for the entry. So there's lots of different things you can do.
Well, and we on the Easter one, we do triumphal entry and cleansing the temple are 2 different days. So for cleansing the temple, we made like a little, we folded a piece of paper in half and made like a little zoo with pipe cleaners, cut out a square. So that was really fun too. Did I break the palm tree?
Rude.
I know. Palm tree. Okay. December 19th is the Last Supper, which is bread and water that we're going to put on the tree. So for us, I don't know how you take, is this the one that's the sacrament cup?
Yes, we did the sacrament cup one year.
Okay, they're right here. So for us, this kind of symbolizes that this is how we take our sacrament or communion, is with these little plastic cups. So that's, so what are some other ways you could?
One year I was super ambitious this day and it worked out really well. Not in the box because it was edible. We actually I found a really simple like breadstick recipe, and we just made like bread twists that just kind of went up and around, and my kids loved it because they actually got to eat them. It was kind of like, more like pretzels, I guess, than breadsticks. But that was a fun activity. I'm not that ambitious most days, but it was fun because it was easy enough that they could make it with me, and we got to knead the bread, and so we got to talk about, you know, what bread can symbolize, and it was fun.
So that's a good one for that one. And then December 20th is Gethsemane, which is Matthew 26, 36 through 45. And that one is a gift. So like a little present, a little wrapped box, a block.
Yes, that was the first year we wrapped blocks.
Or a little origami box. Yeah, so anything present-wise is perfect for this.
You could, like, the dollar store even has cute tiny little boxes.
Oh, they do have cute little boxes. That would be perfect.
With ours, we tucked a slip inside. We kind of did that. I know lots of families do the, like, what you can give at Christmas, what you can, you know, give to Christ or give to other people. We kind of use that one for that. It's just a few days before Christmas. It's really on their minds. They're out of school. So we have a slip of paper inside the boxes of what they can do, what they can give. Mostly it's like, don't fight with my sister. We
That's,
take what we can get.
that's
It's
usually
important.
like.
Yeah.
Oh, found another candle.
I told you they were my favorite.
I love them. Okay, so then December 21st is the betrayal and denial. And it says here that you do a rooster. I'm trying to remember what we did for Easter last
We
year.
did. Do we have one in here?
I didn't see a rooster.
My kids liked them so much. Here, I have the pieces already cut out for this year. We did. My kids liked them so much, I think they kept them. We made little finger puppets. So
Oh.
this is a template that's on the site too. So you just kind of glue them together, make your little finger puppet, and then you got
Oh, cute.
a couple googly eyes, a little rooster.
Cute little rooster.
Nice. That was
think-
a hard day to come up with the craft for.
I think we have done something with the 30 pieces of silver in the past.
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember, but
Yeah, good to we do that.
okay. So then December 22nd is when you talk about the crucifixion and the burial, which is Luke 23:33 through 46 and 50 through 56. And so this is where you make a cross. So you can make them out of popsicle sticks, which is really easy. We've also I've taken like heavy watercolor paper and done masking tape, put masking tape in the shape of a cross on it, and then let my kids paint over it, and then we peel the tape off. They've really liked that as well. So
We made littler crosses last year. Like this one was super easy. You glue it together and wrap the string around it. And then, I mean, they could decorate it, but super cute.
So, and then December 23rd is the resurrection, which is John 21 through 20, and then this is the empty tomb. So for us, my kids actually painted pictures that were the tomb and showing that it was empty, and my older daughter wrote on hers, "For he's not here, for he is risen." So there's lots of different things you can do there.
My kids also like to do that one. We went rock hunting one year, and they found a rock to symbolize the rock that was rolled in front of the door.
I love that. That's fun.
We like rocks, so.
So what do you do on December 24th?
So on the 24th,
If
So-
you're following the Bible. what
so
do you
if
do?
you're following the Bible one, you make the same, it's the same craft, it's just different scriptures.
Okay.
So since we're LDS, we use one scripture in here from the Book of Mormon on December 24th. But it's the same, I think it's I can't remember now. On the 24th,
I don't know. I always follow the Book of Mormon.
I know, but it's the same. I think it's the same craft. I think it's just the 2 days split up. I think there's the Ascension is the 24th on the Bible
Oh yes,
one,
that's right.
and then on the 25th, it's his appearance to his disciples on the road to Emmaus.
Yes.
Um,
I think
does that sound right?
Yes, I think
So it's
you're
the
right.
same crafts, just the scriptures are a little bit different. If you're not LDS and you're just following the Bible one, it's just that one day that's a little bit different.
I was like, I always do it this way, so I didn't know what the other way was. So December 25th is the Ascension, and that is where you make your tree topper, which is the heart to symbolize what Jesus has given us, and then you just stick that on top. So there's the whole tree with all the ornaments.
Yeah. So for us, this is one that I made 4 years ago, and it's lasted. So this is the day that my kids don't do a craft because it's like Christmas morning. They're
Yeah.
so excited. But this is really what sealed the deal for us the first year. We just had it wrapped in a box, and it was their first present to open on Christmas morning. And we opened it up, and they each got a little picture of Christ. And
I love
we
that.
just had, it was like a 5-minute devotional of like, remember, it's Christmas. Like, we're going to have so much fun, and we're going to spend time with family, and there's going to be gifts. But remember, like, this is really what we're celebrating. And my kids at the time were 2 and 4, and they were like, oh, like it clicked,
love
and they got
that.
it. And it was so like, okay, because up to that point I was like, I don't know, are they getting anything out of it? Are we going to do it again? You know, this even 5 or 10 minutes a night with my toddlers was hard. And that was like, my husband leans to me, he said, we have to do this again.
Oh,
We
like-
have to. Like, they're getting it. And this year they're like, when do we get it out, Mom? When do we get it out? So they're very excited. It's December 1st.
Yes. For so many reasons too. So
Yes.
we are going to make the salt dough. So this, all of this is available to download up in the link, so that you can have all of this to do with your kids. And there's pictures and all sorts of things on there. I'm gonna bring you. Are you gonna come over here?
Yeah, I can come over here.
So, ooh, I like this. It's kind of.
It's very white.
It's very white.
Should we go get the girls, or should we do it without them since they're happily?
Haley, Livy, do you want to make a star?
So we have,
Okay, come on.
we each have a girl who's like 3.5, and they kind of butt heads. They're both kind of stubborn, so sometimes they play really nicely, and sometimes they just try and boss each other around. So, you know, it works. But so this first day that we're gonna do.
They're both very strong-willed.
Strong-willed. That sounds more better than just stubborn.
Well, and sometimes they just
like to be in
sometimes
charge.
they play so wonderfully, and other times they're like, no!
She's touching me.
She won't let me do this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh dear. I'm not, you know, you are, that stubborn shrieking you is going to do you so well when you're older, but.
So this dough that I made this year, last year I made just regular salt dough, and after we made them, since we stick beads in them to give them all, make them all blingy, I wasn't sure. Hi, Mark.
That was Mark Con.
Yes, he was so excited to get to see us live. So last year we did. Oh, sure. There we go.
Trying to make it so I can see the table a little bit.
Last year it just took a long time for the salt dough to air dry. So this is, I'm not sure what it's called, like quick air dry clay or something. So it's baking soda, cornstarch, and water is all it is. And you just stir it together, heat it up on the stove until it comes together. You did! And then it looks kind of like this. So we're going to cut stars out of it and let them press their things into it. I think it's going to dry a lot faster because I can already feel it kind of getting
Little step.
a little crusty. Yeah.
Okay, sit down. Come sit down and you can decorate your star. Oh, that's so cute.
I might have made it too thick. I'll roll it a little thinner in a minute.
Yeah. I told you it was a bunny purse.
The only problem we had with this one last year was my kids were so ambitious squishing the beads in.
They just squish them all
That
the way
they
through.
Not all the way through. They didn't look like stars anymore.
Oh, yes.
So set it down, sweetie. You want to be right here, Haley?
Haley, come right here. You need a chair? Is that why you're whining? But you need to just use your words and say, Mama, I want a chair too.
So I'm going to roll this a little bit thinner for the next round. Lydia, do you remember doing this last year? Do you remember getting to put the beads in?
I want to make it.
Okay, so here is a whole box of beads. I brought popsicle sticks too because I didn't know what kind of stars we should do. But look, there's a whole box. There's some that are shiny. And all you just do is you take it, do like this bead, and push it in.
No.
Okay, don't.
Push it in and decorate
I'm not gonna do your star for you. You do your star. So find a cute bead.
There you go. Oh, is it sticking to your finger? There you go.
There. Oh, I love it. Do you want me to help you find more orange ones?
Is orange your favorite color, Haley?
Orange is sister's favorite color, and so by default, little sister's favorite color. Because
That's what sisters are for.
that's what sisters do.
Look. I found this.
Oh, cute. So this is super cute. So I'm going to try and I took really good pictures of some of the ornaments last year. It's hard to
Hey,
not get
I gotta
tired by December 25th. So they're just pushing. Let me move this down a little bit here. I'm going to put these down here. I want them to be able to see what you guys are doing with this
I'm
also.
looking just like a toy.
It's an ornament. We'll put it on the tree.
Oh, and I brought over a straw to put a hole in. Don't forget the hole. That's important.
Mine's gonna rip.
That's not ripping. Oh, it did have a little rip, huh? Oh, it's
It's
because
okay.
it's because you pulled a bead out. Put a bead back there, and it will look great.
There. Like that.
You want a different toy.
Yep, I'll get you another one. I'm just rolling it out.
A different star. We've got Elsa and Anna today.
You see that straw I set there? I'm gonna pull it for you.
Yes. So just take a straw.
Can you open these?
I would love to open those. Let me cut you a
You
star.
put a bead everywhere is a good place for a hole, Missy.
That's my first toy.
Yes, so that's what we learned last year. Poke the hole first, and then open
Okay,
it up.
so poke a hole.
So last year, my kids they probably each made 10 of these, and that's what we took around to our neighbors for Christmas.
Oh, so
as a-
cute. You want more orange beads?
I'm gonna use a pink.
Oh, you want to use a pink
one
bead?
pink one. Hang on, sweetie, I'll open it for you. Let me get this out. Okay. Do you want another one, Miss Haley?
You want to make another star house?
I did it.
Oh,
You filled in that hole very well.
She put
Good
a bead in
job.
the hole. She didn't like the hole in the star.
job.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so don't fill in that hole. That's what we're going to use to hang it on the tree.
Okay.
Do you want another one, Haley?
Okay, make another one. See, and then this will dry out, and then we can hang it on the tree.
I'll grab a tree. You can set 'em on.
I guess I can still get a...
I'm gonna get orange beans.
Okay, get some orange beans. She didn't like that I put a hole in her star, so she stuck a bead right in the hole.
Here, we can set them on there for now and let them dry.
Okay. What colors do you want? What can Mama help you find?
Set it real gently on there. Good job. Okay, well, you want to put the stars in? Do
You look, Libby has stars.
you want some sparkly stars? We haven't used these to do this before.
Look at the sparkles.
Woohoo! Obviously not from Christmas, from the 4th of July.
I was like, they're red, white, and blue stars.
So for 50 cents, yes, it says patriotic stars right in front.
I'm great with that.
Come back, star.
You having a hard time picking it up? Do you help? You did it.
You get it? Squish it down in there.
So
You
squish
go.
it into the star.
We didn't use these last year because I wasn't sure how well they'd stay. But it doesn't really matter how well they stay if the kids are having fun.
You gotta squish it into the star, okay?
Ah.
It's okay.
Oh.
So see, these are all, I mean, like, both of these girls are 3 and they're, you know, they took a little bit of prep time making the salt dough, cutting it out, everything, but they're having a blast doing it by themselves, so. I'm trying to think of the ones that are the most, I mean, Sophie, her oldest and my oldest are about 9 months apart. We always say that we inspired them.
Yes.
But, so, and they're old enough that, so Sophie will be 9 a week from Friday. And they're old enough that they can pretty much, she can pretty much do it all. But this one is getting to the point where she can do a lot. She needs a little bit of help with cutting and maybe a little bit of help with gluing. But things like this, can you do it? Good job, Livy. Good job, Livy. That was awesome.
Mommy, I poked my own hole.
Oh, good job.
I poked my holes too.
Do you want to use the straw to poke a hole? And you can use, theoretically, you could use that. But this will make it so that once it's all hard, we can hang it on your tree. You can put some ribbon through and hang it on the tree, and it will be so beautiful.
You can draw on it with the popsicle stick if you want. Oh dear.
You're gonna carve it? I like it.
I like it too. You do a good job. Well, you have a runny nose today, huh?
I'm gonna put
So like we've said, these crafts don't have to be perfect. They don't even have to necessarily look great when they're done. It's kind of about the experience and the story and the family memories together, and just making a good easy family tradition.
I think for me, like the first year, so Lorraine did this the first year, and then she had taken pictures of everything. And the second year she asked, she said, I could write up a tutorial for this. Is this something that you would want? And I was like, yeah, I guess it's something that I want a tutorial for because it's something I do with my family. But I really didn't think that like other people honestly would really want it, which, you know, shows you how much I know. But I was really surprised the following year. For a while, it was the #1 post on my site. It's been taken over by a couple of other things, but it just,
I want to make another one.
I love that there are so many other people that want to have this experience with their kid too, and that they want to, you know, teach them the stories of Jesus and things like that. So,
Do we have a hashtag?
yes.
I never post them. I take pictures, but I don't post them.
Can I try to roll?
I used to post them every day, and then I stopped.
I can't remember if it was. I think it was teach me of Jesus, maybe.
Instagram.
Teach me of Christmas. Something. I don't remember exactly.
.com.
Roll it back this way. Okay, now where do you want to put the star?
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Okay, squish it down. Good squish. Okay, you can pull it out.
I'd look on my phone for you, but my phone is what's filming this stuff.
Yeah, the hashtag is in the post. I remember.
They're so pretty.
So pretty. Yes, I'll move it out of your way.
But I'm still reading.
We still need a star. So yeah, really easy. Do you guys have any questions? Can I direct you where to find any of the stuff that you need? Let me scroll through so I can tell you
So I think you can get most of these supplies at the dollar store. If not, they're less than $1 at a craft store.
And a lot of it is like if you didn't want to go get anything, you could do a lot of it with paper. You could cut a shepherd's hook out of paper and let them color it. You could cut crayons out of paper and let them color it. Like, you don't have to go anywhere. If you want to do...
If you have older kids, you could do a lot of origami.
Oh, origami would be a lot of fun.
Can I do it first? Let's do it first.
Let her do it.
Here.
Okay, I'm going to close that hole up just a tiny bit so it's not hanging out there. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, thank you for hanging out with us today. I hope that this is something you're able to do with your family.
She just found the camera.
Thank you, Libby. Haley, can you say bye? Say
Bye.
Say bye, guys.
Hey, Daddy's watching. Say goodbye.
Say bye, Daddy. Not
Bye,
you, Daddy.
Daddy.
Bye. Say we'll
Bye,
see you later.
Daddy. See you later.